All right, guys, I had plans to do different scenarios of if we keep Justin Fields, if Matt Eberflus is gone, if A, B, C, or D happen. But the reality is I don't want to get bought into all that propaganda of these hypotheticals when we already know what's going to happen. The reality is we have two key components on offense. That's Justin Fields and DJ Moore. And we have two key components on defense right now, and that's Montez Sweat and Jalen Johnson. So we already know what's going to happen on defense. Jalen Johnson is going to get re-signed. If we don't, it's going to be the biggest blunder, the biggest mistake the Bears have ever made. It's going to happen. Jalen Johnson wants to stay here, and we'd be fools not to keep Jalen Johnson. $17.5 million a year for 4 years is going to get it done. We're going to get it done. Montez Sweat has openly said he loves Matt Eberflus. He's actually praised him because he's never had a coach that would play call and be the head coach at the same time, and he thinks he's a great defensive coordinator and handles it perfectly. He also said he has a great relationship with Matt Eberflus. I don't think we're getting rid of Matt Eberflus. When you really break it down, he's built a culture here that the players have bought into. The players really do love Matt Eberflus, and they love the team concept. The defense has performed very well. Now, they've had a couple missteps here and there, but overall, anybody would agree that the Bears defense has taken huge leaps and bounds this year and have done things that they haven't been doing for the last couple years. A lot of people, including myself, reference them as the monsters of the Midway are back. So I think Matt Eberflus really is safe. That really comes down to Luke Getsy. Now, a lot of people out there are using this narrative that if Fields stays, Getsy stays. If Fields goes, Getsy goes. That they're intertwined with each other. And that's just not true. It happens all the time in the NFL that teams keep their quarterback and replace an offensive coordinator, keep their quarterback and replace an entire coaching staff. Justin Fields isn't a rookie in the league that can't adapt and adjust and can't learn on the fly. And it's not like he can't bring in an offensive coordinator that can adapt and adjust to Justin Fields or be perfectly suited for him. The reality is we can hire a Greg Roman or other type of offensive coordinator that really works well with a Justin Fields type of quarterback. But the point is we have to go find an offensive coordinator that's going to make a huge splash and work with Justin Fields. We're keeping Justin Fields. On the other side of what I just said about Montez Sweat, Justin Fields and DJ Moore are the offense of this team. They're the core to build around. Now, DJ Moore has made it very open in a classy way that he wants to stick with Justin Fields. He wants him to be his QB1. And I guarantee you, when the wide receiver one, who's a top 10 wide receiver in the league, says, I want this as my quarterback, the brass listens, especially when he's on a cheap contract and it's not necessarily a contract extension type of situation. So all these people saying we can't pass up on a generational quarterback and blah, 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 people don't realize Justin Fields is a generational quarterback. Even in that draft, he was just as highly regarded as Caleb Williams and Drake May are. That might be controversial to some of you, but go look it up. Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields. That was the big hype. Now, Justin Fields lost a little bit of ground in the pre-draft and the combine and all that because Zach Wilson decided to throw one pass at his pro day that looked like it was spectacular, so he dropped a little bit, but he was considered a top 5 pick. So here, I'm going to play a couple things from DJ Moore of the last couple weeks. This is going to show really the underlying tone of what's going on in Hallis Hall.
Y'all asked me that, last week? Somebody asked me that last week. I'm still like, bro, where are y'all seeing this? Like, what makes him not the quarterback for the Chicago Bears right now? I get y'all got everybody coming out. It's like 2 of them? I don't think they better than Justin.
Okay, so that one was after the Browns game. And in the interview, they're already starting to do the speculation or in the locker room. They're already just starting to do the speculation with Justin Fields. He says, look, guys, Justin Fields is the quarterback. I don't know why you're not accepting him as our quarterback. But then he goes on to say, Drake May, Caleb Williams, they're not better than Justin Fields. So we very openly pinpointed it and said, look, I don't want those two over Justin Fields. Here's the next one.
About what Justin was able to do and how he's been able to perform under these conditions with all sorts of things swirling over his head.
I think he's doing a great job. You know, he had a Houdini play today. Very proud of him for that, and hey, I'm just happy with him.
All right, we're not stretching here. That's a short clip, but I'm very happy with him. I'm going to point that out. I'm very happy with him.
What do you think about you getting the number 1 overall pick team?
I mean, shit. I feel like the number 1 overall pick when they traded for me, so I was like, shit, cool. But I mean, thanks to Carolina, so I mean, that's all I can say to that.
DJ, how much would you be vouching for Justin Fields this offseason just to keep the chemistry together?
I mean, I said it before. I'm going to keep saying it. What makes him not the quarterback? I mean, today, the Houdini Act should have just put the nail in. He's not running back, but he's him. So, I mean, he's going to be the quarterback. I want him to be the quarterback. I said what I said. Now it's on the higher up, so it's up there. It's up to them.
Did you hear those chants? The "We want Justin"?
I did hear those chants, and I know they box is right there, so I know they heard that stuff too. So
you're watching tape on Marvin Harrison Jr. then?
I grew up with Marvin Harrison. We ran on the same track team, so I mean, whatever we do, we get him, and it'll be all love. If we go a different route, I mean, what can I do about it?
Okay, he said 2 specific things there. Put the nail in the coffin, basically saying the debate should be over. Justin Fields is my quarterback going forward for the foreseeable future. Can't see that ending. Okay? And then the second thing, he said, I said what I said, now it's on the higher-ups. He's not saying you have to or else I'm going to protest, I'm going to boycott type of situation, but he's saying, look, I've made it known, I know what I want, this is what I want, and then I included the Marvin Harrison Jr. bit for a second, because now just barely yesterday in his locker room clean-out interview, after he had his exit interview with Poles and Flus, he said this.
Have you had your exit interview with Flus and Poles yet?
I had. That's where I just came from, so yeah.
How'd you do? What was the grade?
I think my grade for the meeting, I give it an A+. You know, it was open and honest. Gave good feedback. They gave me their honest opinion on how my year went and everything. And, I mean, that'll stay between us until they come out later on. And y'all see what happens. So we'll see.
Do you ever have thoughts of if there was another version of you on the other side, what this offense could be?
That'd be scary, for sure. But I mean, yeah, but not really to a sense. Because now that I think about it, that'd be nice. But then I'd be like,
Well, let's say
Say no. I'm not saying that. I really don't care as long as one of us, one of the 2, 3, 4, whatever we got coming in, whoever's here, somebody get the ball, make something positive happen. Make some positive shake. We got 2,000-yard people, and Cole had like 800 plus or whatever. Backs have that. Anytime you got that, I mean, that's a formula for the offense to be successful and for us to have more wins.
All right, I'm not doing rocket science here. This is literally, you just dissect it, and you can see what he's saying. I had my exit interview with Poles and Flus. Went well, A+. Obviously, they're happy with me. I've given them my opinion. And then he goes on to even say, this is what I think. Add another guy here, a 2, 3, or 4, whoever it is. Add another guy here. Add another couple guys here. Get a couple 1,000-yard receivers. Add Cole Kmet with 800 yards. And that's a recipe for success. He's literally saying, this is my game plan. This is what I've told them I want to do. Let's see if we go ahead and now it's on them. This is what they need to do to make me happy. And I really think I know what can happen, and this is what's going to happen.
So what gives you confidence that the foundation that's here could win 10 games next year?
I mean, when you go back and look at all the games that we won, and then go look at the Denver game, the first Detroit game, I want to say the first Minnesota game. I mean, it's like games you could pinpoint where it's like, dang, if this was a different outcome, you talking about what? That's 4 games I just said. You talking about 11 win season right there.
DJ, are the exit interviews an opportunity for you to provide input on what you'd like to do, and if so, did you take advantage of that opportunity?
It is. I did, and like I said, when it come out, whatever happens, and maybe it's what I said, they do, or not. It's really not up. It's not up to me, but just to have a voice on it is pretty good.
And they seem receptive to you.
Yeah. Who wouldn't be receptive to me? You know what I'm saying? I got this smile and everything. So
Were they right?
Okay, that's real talk. This was a playoff team. We were a 10-11 win team. And a couple things didn't go our way, but that doesn't change the fact that we were a 10 or 11 win team. He also made some hints and suggestions that play calling could have been a little bit different too. But then when he talks about, hey, did you bring those things up in your exit interview? Of course. Why wouldn't I? And whether they listen to it or not, that's up to them. But he's very strategically saying, look, guys, Justin Fields is him. I'm there. We add another couple pieces, and we're good moving forward. I think it's really clear and obvious to see what's happening here if you really look into it.
Without giving away details, how much did Justin come up in the meeting?
and we had several meetings. I mean, it was board up. I mean, I bored him up, you know, of course. And I mean, he's the quarterback for the Chicago Bears until otherwise. And I don't think that's changing anytime soon. So.
All right, I don't think it gets any more clear than that. I'm not trying to push any angles or make things out of nothing. The reality is DJ Moore has made it clear he wants Justin Fields to be his quarterback. He's made it clear that he wants another weapon to go alongside with him. Cole Kmet's already a good weapon he sees. Get everyone healthy. Get a strong offensive line. Really focus on building those trenches. And this is a team this year was an 8-11 win team and could easily be a deep playoff run contender if things go the way of the easy fixes and not complete rebuild. I don't think we're a complete rebuild, guys. I really don't. And all this, you're going to hear the swirls. It's going to happen. That's the time of year that we're in. You're going to hear the rumors. You're going to hear the propaganda. You're going to hear the narratives. You're going to hear this and that and the other. Step one is going to be the focus on the coaching staff and the front office. That decision should be made within the next week. You should hear something come out. You're already hearing the hirings and firings. Frank Vrabel just got fired today. You're going to hear things happening nonstop. I really do think Luke Betsy's on his way out the door. The defense did its job. Everyone can agree on that. Luke Betsy didn't adapt enough. He's good at game planning to start the game coming out of halftime, but he doesn't adapt with the flow. He doesn't know how to use the team properly. And yeah, we still need some help. We need a center. We need interior depth. We also could potentially use another tackle. We need depth at least at swing tackle. But the reality is that line with a formidable front and a couple more weapons will make this a team that's a deep playoff contender. Those are my thoughts on it. Let me know what you think. I really don't want to buy into the propaganda and the narratives. I'm going to stick with the focus on Justin Fields for my mock drafts and the things going forward. I really was going to create, what if we pick Caleb Williams? What if we pick Drake May? What if we trade back a couple and still pick a quarterback? What if we trade Justin Fields to the Raiders? What if we trade Justin Fields to the Falcons, which I don't think will happen now that Art Smith is gone. It's not going to happen anyways, but I was going to create those videos. I'm going to stick purely with focusing on Justin Fields. What if we trade number 1 overall? What if we trade back a couple? What if we trade back multiple times and pick up weapons for him, pick up multiple draft picks? That's going to be my focus. I'm not going to buy into the narratives until something happens otherwise and I'm proven wrong and Justin Fields is traded or gone. It's not going to happen, by the way. Until that happens, I'm going to stick with the clear focused future for the Bears, which is to build around Justin Fields. Till next time, thanks for checking this out. If you haven't hit it, hit the like button, subscribe. I really appreciate you checking it out, and bear down.